Today, I thought we should take another balanced look at X Libra, where it is, how it started, and where it is right now. So, if you're not aware, X Libra, of course, is an X11 fork that aims to keep the display server alive. Not only has it brought us updated patches to the program, but it's also brought politics with it. So, let's dive deep here. So it originally started by Enrico in June 2025, and they were formerly the most active contributor of Xorg. This fork's goal is to modernize X11 while maintaining backwards compatibility with X11. So the TLDR is it's continuing X11 because the original X11 is on life support and close to having that switched off. Now, right now, of course, this project has had over 45,000 GitHub stars, over 22,000 commits, so it's active. There's strong community interest. A bunch of distributions have adopted this. And of course, how it was born, for those that don't know, it was born from a bit of conflict. So they were banned from the free desktop.org's GitLab. And this was after submitting hundreds of patches. I know there's controversy about the type of patches that were submitted. Some people say that patches were untested and they broke things. They claim that Red Hat employees purged his account to kill X11. It's just whole of a mixed story going on there. Where is it right now? If we look at the facts and the text, it is a display server that has active development and now works pretty well, I must say. Socially, one of the things that it's been attacked for is because it doesn't have DEI policies. It ships with an empty code of conduct. And some people say that's not a neutral one. That's a political statement. Read into that how you want. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. So it, of course, is now somewhere in between where it brings this whole debate type thing. It's had to do multiple code cleanup at scale, which takes modernizing old code, removing craft, daily commits. So this thing is alive. It's backward compatible, which is great because there's folks out there that still need to use X11 and can't use things such as Wayland for whatever reason. And the old X11 is still basically on life support. Of course, that whole thing about the debate about the untested patches, explicitly anti-DI, all right. Of course, there's been the community split from this. We've had distributions that remove it from their wikis. We've had communities having heated debates about this. But for a lot of these things, you can just add the repos or just build it yourself if the distribution doesn't come out with that. Of course, now, if you compare it to the original X11, Xlibre is more active. It's the most active code base on the planet right now for X11. So, what do you value more, code velocity or community governance? So, how we get here, it was just basically the maintainers didn't want to accept the patches. They said it introduced regression. Then, of course, the whole political side of rejecting toxic elements and moles, and it really shifted the conversation from code to culture on both sides. Beyond the being banned, it's really been fascinating to watch this. Now, of course, we need to call out that Xorg is slated for maintenance mode abandoned, right? Free Desktop Org wants everyone on Wayland. It is what it is. So if you want it, you're going to probably have to use this. So why does it matter? It forces the Linux community to confront two questions that not everyone wants to. Who maintains the software we depend on? And what standards do we hold them accountable beyond code? Because either you can have the thing of, yeah, I believe in the code and I work on the code, or you can have the thing on, I want nothing to do with the code because I don't like the person. In this situation, there's really not much of a choice. Some folks need to use it, and regardless of what they think, they can either use Xorg, which is dying out, use Wayland, which some can't use, or they need to use Xlibre. How do you install it? You can do the whole sudo apt for the apt distributions. Of course, it's available on Fedora, Gentoo, OpenSUSE, Arch Linux. Of course, you can build it from source as well. Things to know: NVIDIA driver support's a little iffy, but it's getting there. It's one person's vision. Some distributions have removed it from official channels for non-technical reasons. If you need X11 for certain accessibility tools, check compatibility first. But I personally believe you need to separate the code from the creator. If Xlibre works for you and you're comfortable to use it, it's a personal choice. Test it, use it, evaluate it, decide for yourself. That goes for any bit of software. You yourself should be able to make that decision. It is not for a distribution to tell you that. It's up to you as a person. You have that right. So, let me know, what do you think below? Be really interested to know if you found this balanced and on both sides of it, and do you use Xlibre? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching and bye for now.